I was born late. Yes, you heard it right. I was born late, but not literally. I was born late in discovering myself. I was born late since it was almost midlife when I actually realized I had my own passions and aspirations. So, what was I doing till then? I was walking on a path beautifully designed by the others. I was living the super desires and super expectations of the others. I was doing and delivering what the others thought was good for me. I thank God I awakened in my life, although quite late in midlife, to finally understand and pursue what truly ignited my spirit. So, yes, I was born late. Hi, I am Supriya Nagpal, a determined woman from Hansi, a very small town in Haryana. Today, I'm a software engineer, a pageant winner, an influencer, and a creator of an inspiring online community, and a TEDx speaker too. Sounds impressive, right? Well, trust me, the journey to this point was anything but easy. It wasn't a smooth transformation. It was a gigantic mountain to have climbed. But I'm proud that I did it. I changed the impossible into I am possible. But what was I like before this transformation? I was a shy kid who got bullied easily. I was an introvert who struggled to make friends. I was a turtle who pulled all its limbs in, terrified of the change, be it moving to a new city, starting at a new school, or meeting new people. All in all, I was a lost soul. And what was going inside me during all this time? I was facing a lot of internal struggles while growing up in that small town. I was always worried what people would think of me. I had concerns and apprehensions of whether I was using the right words, right grammar. Does that sound like the same person that you are seeing today? Absolutely not. But here is the thing, a change is possible, and I am the living proof of it. Today, I'm in a diametrically opposite state of mind where external situations don't bother me anymore. What people think of me doesn't matter anymore. From corporate boardroom to digital space, I faced innumerable challenges, but I did shatter the stereotypes. And I built a platform to inspire others. And today I'm here to say and shout, if I could do it, so can you. But what was the secret? As simple as taking that first bold step that I took. If you're meeting me today for the first time, you're actually seeing a Supriya 2.0 version. A confident, accomplished woman who seems to have it all figured out. But let me take you back to where it all began. I did my schooling in my hometown Hasi until grade 10. I moved to Hisar away from my family to pursue grade 11 and 12th. This transition wasn't easy at all. In fact, the new environment overwhelmed me. So much so that even though math used to be my favorite subject and I was the topper, I failed my math half-yearly exam in grade 11. I managed to refocus and secure admission to a decent engineering college. Why engineering? While growing up, I did exactly what was expected of me. This conditioning operated while choosing the career too. Career was defined by stability and security, not by personal calling or joy. In my small town upbringing, the exposure to unconventional paths was rare. In my third year of engineering, through campus placement, I landed a job offer. And I spent my entire final year trying to convince my dad to allow me to take up that job after college. When the joining date came, the location was Noida. My dad was anxious as the city wasn't considered safe. But after all the emotional drama, tears, debates, he reluctantly agreed. Then came the infamous Arushi Talwar case. This case heightened his fears and he insisted that I return home. During the same time, he also proposed an arranged marriage for me, clearly to set him free from his worries. And I got married in December 2008 when I was just 23. It was a whirlwind of emotions for me as I had stepped into a world so different from my small town life. Everything seemed unfamiliar, overwhelming, and most times intimidating. I was naive, unsure of who I was and where I belonged in this new chapter of my life. Luckily, my husband turned out to be my greatest supporter. He introduced me to a world of freedom and decision making, instilling in me the confidence and independence which transformed my outlook on life. I could see my life shifting and opening up to possibilities I had never dared to dream of. But even with all the love and support from my husband and my in-laws, there was an ache deep inside me. There was this silent nagging void which refused to be filled. It was as if a part of me was locked away, hidden behind the walls I couldn't break, keeping me away from truly discovering who I was meant to be. Time went by and I became a mother in 2012. A very happy and a proud mom. Although I was quite thrilled to embrace this new role. But the reality of balancing work and parenting hit me hard. I would not sugarcoat it. It was draining, super exhausting, and frustrating. There was more to physical and mental trauma. I had gained 29 kilos and I had lost the fragile confidence that I had worked so hard to build. Mirror became my enemy, reflecting a version of me I didn't want to see. The relatives' taunts, casual jabs cut me very deep, pushing me into a spiral of self-doubt. I felt heavy, not just physically, but emotionally. Stuck, lost, sunk. I didn't want to be this version of myself. But the decision to change didn't come dramatically. It was a slow, painful process with full of moments where I just wanted to give up. Especially when people around me, ironically, the closest ones said, बहुत weight gain हो गया है, अब ये नहीं कम हो सकता. I took it as a challenge. After a year of relentless effort, sweat, and determination, I reclaimed my body and lost every kilo I had gained. With this newfound confidence, I participated in a pageant in 2014. And I won it. Those 5 days of training during the pageant journey further transformed me into ways I had not imagined. And also, I realized that my passion lay in doing something like what I did during the pageant. In my small town, there was hardly any exposure to fashion industry. So I never tried pursuing it, though I always felt inclined towards it. With my inbuilt love for fashion and the sincere appreciations I received Today also, I got a lot of compliments, by the way. It struck a lightning chord in me. This is something I was missing in my corporate life of being a software developer. Recognitions and promotions always seemed out of reach. No matter how much effort I put in, something would always go wrong. One day, there was the last straw on the camel's back. After a disagreement with my boss, I made a decision and resigned. I resigned with no plan in place because I had realized no matter how good you are, if you are in the wrong place, you're going to feel worthless. And then COVID happened. COVID gave me a chance to finally pursue and work on my latent desire. It was during the lockdown when I started posting my fitness videos online. Surprisingly and quite unexpectedly, the videos gained immense traction. It was then when I realized my true potential. I ventured into content creation, discovering this was something I genuinely enjoyed. Initially, the videos were all about how workouts are important for your physical and mental well being. The stories of a chubby girl in school to a pageant winner who had gained 29 kgs, to now how I maintained fitness by working out 5 days a week, spoke volumes about my love towards staying fit and about my discipline. And when I sent out the message of self-love and message of asking people to stay fit, I could see people getting inspired by me. And that felt like an unexpected stirring. Midlife, with its own set of challenges and routines, suddenly revealed itself as the perfect time for reflection. In fact, midlife offered me a unique perspective and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. While life's responsibilities may feel like constraints, but they can also be the guiding forces sometimes, inspiring us to give space to what we truly love. Looking back, if I ask myself today, do I have any regrets? The answer is a big yes. I wish I had listened to my heart when it kept telling me the corporate job wasn't for me. However, with my achievements today, I believe it's never too late to start over. Now I do what I love. I embrace challenges. I speak confidently. I make my own decisions, whether right or wrong, they are mine. This phase of independence has been quite liberating and has also taught me invaluable lessons about choice and accountability. I inspire women to break free, to follow their hearts, to make bold moves, and to pursue their passions unapologetically. To every woman out here, I just want to say one thing. You have the power to rewrite your story. It starts with believing in yourself. Take that first step and never look back. This isn't just my story. It's the story of many who realize their passions later than expected. But there's beauty in this timing. Perhaps in midlife, we are more prepared to listen and even more prepared to act. So yes, it's never too late to be born to your passions, even if it's the midlife when they finally find us. I was born. 8 out of 10 women do not take that plunge and are never born. My story became different and yours can be too. You can be born late too. Thank you.